Hello everybody, so today we are going to discuss what a perpendicular line is. So hopefully we all know that perpendicular lines, if the pedal work, meet at a 90-degree angle, so those are perpendicular. So also, if we could read the definition here, the slopes are negative reciprocals of each other. So if I had a slope of something that we'll say is 5, I know the perpendicular slope to that would be negative 1/5. All I have to do is flip it and change the sign. So the first thing we need to be able to do here is tell if they are perpendicular or not. Alright, so notice that first equation there is in slope-intercept form. The second one is not, so we need to get that second equation in the slope-intercept form. So I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. I have negative y equals negative 2x minus 3. And then, skinny again. So now I got to get rid of that negative sign, so I'm just going to multiply everything by a negative 1. So I get y equals positive 2x plus 3. So now let's look at the slopes here. We got a slope of 2 and a slope of negative 1/2. So if we flip negative 1/2 and change the sign, it is 2. So that means that these two lines are perpendicular to each other. Alright, so our next example here. We want to find an equation that goes through that point and is perpendicular to that line. So our slope is going to have to be the negative reciprocal, so that would be a negative 7/3. We have to flip that 3/7. So at this point you can use point-slope form or use the slope-intercept form to solve for our y-intercept. So I'm going to use slope-intercept form because it doesn't like my, there we go. So remember, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So our y value here is a 2. The m is negative 7/3. And then x is 6 plus b. So now we'd have, well, negative 7/3 times 6 would be negative 14. Then we just got to add 14 to both sides to find our b value. So b is 16. So a line that is perpendicular and passes through the point 6,2 would be this line right here. So let's take a look at one more. So here we got to find an equation that goes to that point 3, negative 2, and is perpendicular to a line that has an x-intercept of 5. So that'd be like 5, 0. I like looking at word pairs. And passes through 0, negative 4. So we need to find the change in y over the change in x, right, to find the slope. So let's go through and do that. So we can do the change in y. We have negative 4 minus 0. And then we'd have 0 minus 5 over the change in x. So that would give us a positive 4/5. So we need to be perpendicular to 4/5. So our m value should be negative 5/4. So now we do the same thing we did in the last problem. We're going to plug all this in. I'm looking over here. So we're going to go y equals mx plus b. We plug all this in. Negative 2 is in our negative 5/4. And our x is a 3 plus b. So now we can go through and work this thing out. It'll give us negative 2 equals negative 15/4 plus b. So now we need to add 15/4 to both sides. So when we add 15/4 to both sides, what we're really doing is saying negative 2 is negative 8/4 plus 15/4. So that would give us 7/4 equals b. So our equation would be y equals negative 5/4 x plus 7/4.